So you call us over here, and I'll put this on the ground. You've got your story of the day.
Yes, story of the day.
When, why, and when?
The story of the day is a sweet medicine dream. And Sweet Medicine was I call him famous medicine man, Native American, and he did quite a few things. I only studied him a little bit on the internet, and I was really blown away by some of the stuff that he did. So I used that kind of as my motivation for this flash fiction. And so I wrote a story that's kind of like based on him and just how I would imagine it would have been, or imagine that he would have seen it. And that's my story for the day.
Why story of the day? When did you start doing that?
Well, I went to Pima Community College and U of A until my government money ran out. But I took mostly creative courses. And at PCC, they have excellent writers that will help you write. And in U of A, they have excellent English department, although I didn't experience much of the creative department because I ran out of money.
Yeah.
But so I learned to write, and I enjoy writing a lot. So I try to write stories and then bring them out here and give them to people. And then if they help a starving artist,
Yeah.
So, but I'm disabled, so, and I have a couple kids, so this isn't really income as so much as it is me just spreading the word about my writing.
Yeah.
And then if I ever do get published, people will see it and then enjoy it, and they'll say, well, I read this before when he was out on the streets.
Yeah, that's the guy from
from Ina and La Choya, from Colb in Valencia, from any other place.
So you go all around town.
Well, I've been all around town. I don't go around town because I ride only the bus. I don't have a car.
Okay.
So.
What kind of people are stopping to hear your stories? Are people interested in your stuff from what you've seen?
Yeah, wide variety. A really wide variety. There is no kind of person. Basically it's the nice people.
Mm-hmm.
People that are nice enough to stop, acknowledge me, and say, what are you doing? Sometimes they just assume that I'm panhandling, which I'm really not, and they give me money, and then I try to say, hey, well, I'm a writer too, and if you read my story, some will accept it, some won't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people want to read the story, want to hear, like interview me like you are right now.
Yeah.
And so I give them the story, and then they might give me $1, or I have a refund policy, a very firm refund policy.
If they don't like the story.
If they don't like the story, they can bring it back, and I'll give them their thank yous back, their blessings, prayers, or if it was money, I'll give that back too. I got to do the dishes, take out the garbage, all these type of things, feed my other son who's getting ready to go to college, and then feed my wife, who's a housewife. She's never worked, so
Wow.
yeah, I'm old-fashioned that way.
That's cool. Wait, so what's the goal here? What are you trying to do for the future? Where do you want this writing to take you?
Well, since I write flash fiction, which is under 1,000 words, I'd like to be able to publish in periodicals. I'd like to be able to publish you call it an anthology if it was poetry, but it's really prose type of poetry. And so I'd like to get published, and then on a continuing basis get published. And once I get a resume going, where I publish in a few magazines, and there's lots of magazines these days.
Yeah.
These days there's online magazines.
Everywhere,
There's
yeah.
everywhere. There's people are reading like never before. Information is getting passed around like crazy. So if I can get into certain areas and start publishing, making some money, making 50 here, 100 there, whatever, maybe even the New York Times magazine where they pay writers like $1,000 or $2 would be great. And then I'm trying to develop a stage persona, like comedy, like a lot of people these days are writing and doing comedy.
Right.
So, but I'm more in the vein of Dick Gregory, and where I get up and speak serious, but I try to be funny on top of it.
Yeah,
So but I'm just working on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm really a musclehead.
Okay.
I'm a construction worker that found a brain.
Wow.
So that's I have to get used to having a brain.
Yeah.
And it's not normal for me.